Welcome to Patriot Plaza. This outdoor amphitheater was built by the Patterson Foundation and gifted to the nation through the Department of Veterans Affairs National Cemetery Administration in 2014. Patriot Plaza sits in the center of Sarasota National Cemetery. Ceremonial events are held here to honor the service and sacrifice of veterans and their families. All events held at Patriot Plaza must meet three criteria: be free and open to the public, honor veterans in some way, and be respectful in keeping with the dignity of taking place within a national cemetery. Patriot Plaza is also considered an outdoor museum, housing many works of art that tell the stories of our veterans. Guided tours are available by coordinating with the Arts and Cultural Alliance of Sarasota County. Over 65,000 people have attended events or tours since Patriot Plaza opened to the public in 2014. You will notice small pavilions on the cemetery grounds that are called committal shelters. This is where families gather to attend interment services. Many family members visit Patriot Plaza before or after a burial and use it as a place of peace and reflection. Over 23,000 burials have taken place here as of fall 2020. Burial in Veterans Affairs National Cemeteries are open to all members of our military who are honorably discharged or who die while serving on active duty, along with their spouses and their dependent children. Remembrance programs that take place at Patriot Plaza include Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Memorial Day is a holiday celebrated the last Monday in May to pay tribute to those who died serving in the military. Veterans Day is a federal holiday that falls on November 11th each year and is a day to honor all those who have served in the military. The Patterson Foundation worked with the National Cemetery Administration in a unique partnership to design and build an enhancement in a national cemetery, the first ever collaboration of this kind. Upon completion of building Patriot Plaza, the Patterson Foundation donated the $12.8 million facility to the National Cemetery Administration at the community dedication held in June 2014. Patriot Plaza was officially gifted to the entire nation in November 2014 during the Celebrate Service and Sacrifice National Dedication Program. The theme of Patriot Plaza is Honor Veterans, Inspire Patriotism, and Embrace Freedom. Architect Gary Hoyt and his team embraced the use of military and patriotic symbolism throughout the design of the plaza. One of these symbols is the number 5. There are 5 armed services, 5 sides to the north entrance to Patriot Plaza, forming a pentagon, 5 points on the Berghaus Star projection map, and 5 seating sections. Patriot Plaza is an outdoor amphitheater. It features an 80-foot flagpole, a rostrum, or stage that is large enough to accommodate a 55-piece orchestra and seating for up to 2,800 people. The videos in this program highlight 5 works of art and a special granite map. The art was created by 4 artists that interpreted the themes of Patriot Plaza: honor veterans, inspire patriotism, and embrace freedom. It is the first and only national cemetery to feature documentary photography. Here, the thread of storytelling through the words and images of veterans and their families speak to us, leaving a lasting impression.
Here at the east entrance is a nest that is occupied by an adult American bald eagle and an eaglet. This is the home of the eagles. The elder eagle sits on a branch above the eaglet, wings shrouding its body in a protective posture called mantling. Eagles display this posture to protect their young and their food. The eaglet learns to mantle in preparation for leaving the safe and nurturing nest to take flight into the world and face challenges and danger. Across from the eagle is an empty nest. This is the artist's way of showing an empty nest without birds to signify that the eagle, or perhaps the veteran, has left their nest or home. Nearby is a quote from President Abraham Lincoln's second inaugural address. "Let us strive on to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan." In 1862, Congress authorized President Lincoln to purchase grounds for the first national cemeteries, and he was instrumental in the beginning of the national cemetery system. In 1863, President Lincoln called upon Congress and America to attend to the needs of our veterans and their families. This is the mission of the United States Department of Veterans Affairs.
These plaques show the history of the Patterson family, the Patterson Foundation, and describes the artwork located throughout Patriot Plaza. In 1855, Joseph Medill, the patriarch of the Patterson family, purchased the Chicago Tribune, helped establish the Republican Party, and get Abraham Lincoln elected president. As we learned earlier, President Lincoln established the National Cemetery System in 1862. The Patterson family has a rich history of military service. When the Patterson Foundation began in 2010, one of their first initiatives was the Military Initiative, which was intended to honor the Patterson family's support of and participation in the military.
The pavers placed throughout Patriot Plaza are made of a special material called red Colorado granite that has been sandblasted. The artist created the design for the pavers in a computer, and then it was sandblasted to stand up in relief. The designs include laurel leaves, which represent bravery and valor, and stars representing service in the military.
Here on the front of the rostrum, which is a raised platform, is a large mural that is 50 feet long, named Night Today, Here and Away. A landscape of earth, air, and water expresses where all 5 branches of the military services carry out their work. The earth is represented by the mountains, water is represented by the sea under the horizon, and air is represented by the blue sky above the horizon. Wind currents in the sky are represented by curling arrows. At the bottom left-hand corner of the artwork is a map legend. It is not scientific, but rather poetic, as it addresses this aspect of time and space. The line of the horizon in this wide, flat map on the Earth is made up of military service ribbons, representing conflicts of all our military branches. For example, the ribbon that is yellow with red and green stripes represents service in Vietnam. Throughout the map are symbols. Laurel leaves represent bravery and valor. Blue stars represent family members who have served or are serving. Gold stars represent those who have died while serving. The story the artist tells us is about time passing from night to day, when families are likely waking up in one part of the world. Their loved one in the military may be going to bed on the other side of the world. And so the family is here, and the loved one serving is away. Accompanying the mural are two spires that are 20 feet tall on east and west sides of the stage. These two spires provide balance to the amphitheater by providing large vertical pieces of art for everyone to enjoy. Throughout Patriot Plaza, no other artworks rise to the sky as these do. The mosaic tile design of the spires echoes the mural with many features shown on the mural, including a horizon of colors used in service ribbons. Grounding each spire is a large square made up of mosaic tiles in smaller squares. It supports and grounds the spiral visually. The artist calls this a rug or carpet and designed the multiple small squares to look like a homemade quilt. She felt that a quilt was a good symbol of home or family. Night to Day, Here and Away, is a beautiful representation of the work of our military personnel and their families waiting at home.
In front of the mosaic mural, we see a large star-shaped world map on the ground. This is called the Berghaus Star Projection Map and was created by Heinrich Berghaus, a well-known geographer in the late 1800s, and is a scientific map based on the knowledge of the world at that time. Remember, this was a time before airplanes were invented. No one had seen our planet from the air. This map represents the global reach of the United States military throughout its history. It also demonstrates that no single country is the focal point or center of the world, as in a flat map. Note that the metal center represents the North Pole. Each star point has a portion of metal on it. If the map were raised up and made into a three-dimensional globe, the metal on the points would come together and represent the South Pole. This map is made of granite and was created through a sand blasting process. If you look carefully, you can see the United States, as well as Florida and Sarasota. Here at the west entrance, we have American bald eagles, artistically depicted differently from the eagles in the previous work, Home. These eagles are protective guardians, vigilant sentinels for the living visitors to Patriot Plaza and the graves beyond. The artistic interpretation transforms the eagles into imaginary, mythic guardians. They are 7 feet tall and designed to relate to the fields of graves. The eagles affirm the democracy that all who serve are committed to defend and protect. Each artist who created eagles was asked to reimagine this well-known symbol and interpret it creatively. The guardian eagles are anatomically correct structures, but the wings flow over the walls in a way that is not natural. Note the service seals on one side of the entrance, representing all 5 armed services.
The documentary photography includes artworks created by Larry Kirkland, the lead artist of Patriot Plaza. This artwork area is called Testimonies, and there are many stories to tell. There are 16 tablets with 16 etched photographs. The photographs were taken by photographers in the media or embedded with a military unit. The tablets are made of marble, just like the headstones that you can visit at the cemetery. The tablets are arranged in 8 rooms. In each room are 2 tablets, 2 pavers, and a bench. Each tablet has 4 elements: a single large word, a quote from a veteran or family member, an etched photograph, and a drawing from a photograph. The photo, quote, and drawing may come from different time periods. The tablets and pavers are related by words and contemplate the lives of a few who represent millions who have served and their circles of support. This is the artist's way of speaking to the similarities of military service throughout history. As we sit and examine one of the rooms, we see the words conflict and service. The word conflict is engraved on one tablet, while the pavers in front of the room describe conflict. The artist chose a narrative for conflict that speaks to the homecoming of a veteran from military experiences. He chose a drawing of actual military conflict. The second tablet in this room has the word service engraved. The photo shows a veteran hugging his family, and the narrative speaks to the emotions of coming home. The drawing on this tablet shows a veteran's diary they kept while serving in the military. Red granite words for this room are respect, honesty, strength, pledge, duty, and dedication. All these words were given by local veterans and describe their military experiences. Carved into the side of each and every tablet are the credits showing the names of the photographer who took the etched photograph, the author of the quote from a veteran or family member, and the photographer whose photograph was used for the drawing. The rough edges of each tablet represent the imperfect world that we in the military reside in. They are unfinished, just as our history as a country is unfinished. Every single word and photograph in Patriot Plaza were approved by the National Cemetery Administration. We hope you have an opportunity to visit Patriot Plaza and can visit the other 7 rooms of testimonies.
At the main entrance of Patriot Plaza is a large artwork made up of 22 plinths. A plinth is another name for a slab or base of stone. These plinths are made of marble, the same material as the cemetery headstones. The slabs of marble are smooth, not like the tablets and testimonies that have rough edges. 49 photographs are part of this installation, including the few photos on each side of the plinth. This public artwork by Larry Kirkland is called Witness to mission and tells many stories. As with any story, there is a storyteller and a listener or witness to the story. The intention is for you to be the witness to the stories as you look at the photographs. Centered at the main entrance located on the north side of Patriot Plaza, you will see 4 plinths and 8 photographs. These 8 photographs show uplifting moments. These images are an affirmation of the military mission to protect the United States and defend our democracy. One photo shows a father returning home from service in Vietnam, with his children and wife running to greet him. The photograph captures their joy, a moment in time, with their feet off the ground in excitement. If you step back a bit, you will see that this entire area has the shape of a pentagon under it. As you may remember, 5 is a symbolic number for the 5 branches of the military. Each photograph in this large collection of Witness to Mission captures a moment in time. They were carefully selected to reflect all of America's conflicts, from the Civil War through 2012, as well as humanitarian efforts in America and other countries. The photographs are not in chronological order, but placed so that they relate to each other. Themes throughout Witness to Mission include the timelessness of military experiences, leaving home, returning home, bravery, valor, service, and support of loved ones by family members.
Patriot Plaza's purpose is to honor veterans, inspire patriotism, and embrace freedom. Thank you for spending your time in learning about Patriot Plaza, and for joining us in this memorable experience at the Sarasota National Cemetery. We hope that you learned some new things today, including more about the Sarasota National Cemetery, the Patterson family, and the Patterson Foundation. We are so fortunate to be the recipient of this gift to our cemetery, our community, and the nation.